Okay, we're talking about measuring angles now. We're going to look at another example. Find the measure of an angle that cuts off 2/6 of a circle. Remember that 2/6 equals 1/6 plus 1/6, so you can add to find the measure of 2/6 of a circle. 60 plus 60 equals 120. The angle measure of 2/6 of a circle is 120 degrees. But just to figure that part out, though, you would divide. No, sorry, we're not going to highlight. We're going to divide. We're going to divide 360, which is the entire circle, by 6. And 6 goes in 36 6 times. And that goes into it evenly. So when you subtract, how many times does 6 go into 0? It goes into it 0 times. So that ends up being 60 degrees. That's how you calculate what 1/6 of a circle is. Ends up being 60 degrees there. So let's go and look at question number 1. A circle is divided into 9 equal parts. What is the angle measure of one of those parts? And you do it the same way. That's 360 divided by 9. 9 goes into 36 4 times. It goes into it evenly. So it's going to end up being 0. 9 goes into 0 0 times. So that's going to be 40 degrees of the circle. Okay. An angle cut off 1/8 of the circle. What is the measure of this angle? Same thing, 360 divided by 8. 8 goes into 36 4 times. 8 times 4 is 32. When you subtract, you get 4. And 8 goes into 40 5 times. So it ends up being 45 degrees. Question number 3. A 120 degree angle has its vertex at the center of the circle. What fraction of the circle does it cut out? And it's the same operation to solve that. That's going to be 120 or 360 divided by 120. And that's going to tell you what fraction of the circle is cut out. So that's 120 is a divisor and 360 is our dividend. I can go ahead and eliminate my zeros. So 12 goes into 36 3 times. So that's going to be 1/3 of my circle is going to be cut out if I done 120 degrees of it. Okay, Mike cuts a pie into 4 equal pieces. What is the angle measure of each of the pieces? And that's, I'll just go right, 360 divided by 4 equals 90. And we just know that 1/4 of a circle is 90 degrees. So that's a pretty simple one. That's, I guess, probably one of our benchmark pieces of a benchmark angles is what we call it, because 90 degrees is a pretty common angle. Okay, in 5 through 9, find the measure of each angle. Number 5, an angle cuts off 1/5 of a circle. And you need to tell me what angle that is. Okay, question number 6, an angle cuts off 3/8 of a circle. 3/8 of a circle. And I don't have to do too much of the math because I already did 1/8 of a circle right here is 45 degrees. So that would basically be 3/8 would be 345. So that'd be 45 times 3. Okay, 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 4 is 12 plus 1, 13. So that'd be 135 degrees of the circle. 135 degrees. Question number 7. An angle cuts off 2/5 of the circle. Okay, what degrees is that? Question number 8. An angle cuts off 1/10 of a circle. How many degrees is that? And find the measure of an angle that cuts off 3/10 of a circle. Go and look at the back page. Question number 10. What is the measure of the angle created when the clock shows 3 o'clock? Question number 11. Laney cut a large circular rice cake into 3 pieces with equal angles. What is the angle measure of each piece? Okay, and number 12. Okay, Joey wrote an equation to find the angle measure. What do A and B stand for in Janie's equation? Okay, and okay, and what it is, it tells you how many equal parts the circle is divided into, and B tells the number of degrees of each part. So A is equal parts, and B is going to be the degrees of the part. So that's how the equation works. 360 divided by how many parts? So if I was divided into 4 parts, that would end up being 90 degrees of the circle. That's just a degree symbol there. That's not like a 0. That's a little degree symbol. So A is the parts, and B is the degrees. Question 13. Why is 360 used as the dividend when dividing to find the measure of an angle? Question 14. 4 pieces of pie were eaten from a pie cut into equal parts. The 5 pieces that remain create an angle that measures 200 degrees. What is the angle measure of 1 piece of pie? So there's some information there we don't really need. First off, we have 4 pieces of, well, I'll go and box in the question. Okay, what was the angle measure of 1 piece of pie? So, the important information, okay, 4 pieces of pie were eaten, and 5 pieces remain. So that means there were 9 pieces altogether. There are 9 pieces altogether. So that is 360 divided by 9. And we already worked that one out. We know 1/9 of a circle ends up being 40 degrees. So what was the angle measure of 1 piece of pie? And we could double check too, because it's saying that 5 pieces equal 200 degrees. So 5 times 40, put that over here, 40 times 5, 5 times 0, 0, 5 times 4 is 20, 200 degrees. So we just kind of checked it right there, and that's, we could use it to check it. And we didn't really need this information other than to check it right there. Problem number 15. Okay. Jake cut a round gelatin dessert into 8 equal pieces. 5 of the pieces were eaten. What is the angle measure of the dessert that was left? Question 16. Paul drew a clock face that shows the time 6 o'clock. What is the measure of the angle shown on the clock? A, 50 degrees, B, 90 degrees, C, 135 degrees, or D, 180 degrees. And question 17. Devon paid $32.37 for 2 books. Okay, one book cost $16.59. How much did the other book cost?